Who could forget Modags?
Modags.
He
with
does.
A question right out of the gate.
Love it. I see that a bird feeder is hanging behind Bob.
It's
Oh,
not
but it's not
actually a bird feeder. It's more sinister than
Yeah.
that. So I should explain though. Right out of the gate means like right away. Yeah, I just slipped out. English phrases just slip out when Brent and I talk. So hopefully we remember to stop and explain them. But we're looking at this.
Yeah. Would you like me to do the honors of what that thing
Yeah,
actually is?
that's something that
We would call it a bug zapper in English, I think.
yeah,
Bug light, maybe. But the idea is that at night, this lights up blue. It's pretty bright blue. Bugs are supposed to be attracted to it. They will go there and get zapped.
yeah, they fly into it. You hear a small bzz. Am I the sound effects guy?
Please, please.
Bzz. That's the sound you hear.
We were sitting here last night with my family and the mosquitoes came out. So my brother and his wife hooked up the bug zapper.
And it worked.
It did.
We heard bzz a few times.
All right, Dennis, it looks like he has some French
Denis,
there.
happy belated Fête du Canada and happy Independence Day. There you go. Two congratulations in one.
Fix and Drive from Poland. Welcome. Okay, Musa. Do you think homework assignments are necessary for effective learning? My former math teacher used to give me unspeakable amounts of it. Hoping for each of your opinions. Thanks. That's been a big change since I've been within the last probably 10 years. The whole homework debate. Do you assign homework?
So I don't specifically assign homework, but I do usually tell my students that a good student will make their own homework. That learning and reviewing what you did that day at home is very valuable. It goes back to, we talked about repetition on my live stream. So I don't always, sometimes I do, but I don't always say like, do question 1 through 10 tonight. But if you're a good student, whether you're in school, university, or you're self-taught, homework is effective if it's review of what you learned that day. That's where I land right now on that one.
Yeah, I agree. I never actually assign homework anymore. I assign classwork, and if the work doesn't get done in class, it becomes homework.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think that it's best to do the work while the teacher is in the room. So I'm definitely assigning less homework these days.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have homework too related to if there's a larger project. So if you start on a large project on a Monday, you might work on it in class for a day or two, and then you might say it's due Friday, and then the student will need to finish it sometime, and that should be at home. So that becomes homework.
100%. And some of all of the students that I teach now are learning English, and their parents don't speak English, so not a lot of homework anymore. Brent, would you write an academic essay of your trips? I don't think so. I don't think anybody would be interested in reading that. And I don't keep any kind of like diary every day. Probably should. I think that's beneficial to a lot of people.
Yeah, some people do keep a diary still, but the traditional, I think this is true of most tourists, the traditional thing to do is take some photos and video, go home and show people. They might be a little bored of your photos if there's too many of them, and then talk about the trip. But sitting down to write about it, pretty rare, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Is it a mosquito grill? It's
a
mosquito grill? Can be. It pretty much catches all of the bugs, like even moths, which really don't bother us too much, but they get attracted.